What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about 15 potential mistakes you're making on Redbubble. This video is going to go up roughly 11:30 a.m. Right now it is 2:12 a.m. So if you see any misspellings or I kind of lose my mind throughout the video, just cut me some slack here. All right, so 15 mistakes you're probably making on Redbubble that you might not have thought of. I saw a video on YouTube posted, I think like 2-3 days ago, of somebody mentioning 5 different mistakes you could be making. I figured to put out 15 mistakes. So let's go ahead and get started. So number 1, you're carelessly uploading designs. Let's face it, you guys have probably heard me talk about uploading designs, and you've heard me say upload 20,000 designs, 60 designs per day, every day, work. And yeah, that sounds great, but sometimes when we hear about uploading designs every day, we forget about the other parts, the quality, the SEO, the researching, the quality of the design, the tagging, a lot of different things that can go into it, right? But we neglect those aspects because we're so heavily focused on uploading really good designs, or as many designs as possible. So let's try to make the effort to focus on our tagging. Focus on the quality, make sure that the designs are properly adjusted per design, so per product, make sure they look good, make sure they fit on the actual product. Even optimizing your design title for Google and search ads, optimizing the tagging to be seen on Redbubble, which, by the way, I put out a course on that. All links will be in the description box down below. But those are the different things we have to focus on, not just posting a whole bunch of designs. I think a lot of the times we do forget about, the other aspects to Redbubble, because we're so concerned with putting out 60 designs per day. To be 100% honest with you guys, I'd much rather you post a little bit less than 60, but kind of nail down the other aspects to it because they're just as important. Let's go ahead and talk about number 2, not favoriting other people's works. So this is probably something that you probably don't hear a lot about here on YouTube with the Redbubble, but I've noticed that the big kahunas, the big ones on Redbubble, the big sellers, the guys with over 7,000 designs, 10,000 designs, I've noticed that they've been favoriting other people's work in posting my stores. I've been getting favorites from a lot of big guys out there. They're using automation tools. They're using automators. I'll leave a link to an example of an automator in the description box down below. And basically what it does is you search for a certain topic or you open a certain portfolio of designs, and it will favorite those designs or like those designs essentially. And really what that does is when you like other people's designs, it will increase the chance of you getting likes back. Okay, that's really what it does. And when you get that chance, when you increase that chance of getting likes back, when you're ranking in the algorithm on Redbubble, it's increasing your chance to get a higher rank. The more favorites you have per design, the better chance you have at ranking higher and higher, which just makes sense, right? When Redbubble ranks a whole bunch of designs, they're gonna, one of those ranking factors happens to be the number of favorites a design gets. And yes, I know I spelled favorites wrong, but let's just go ahead and continue, right? So the higher you go up in the ranking, obviously the more money you're gonna make because it's gonna be seen more. That design, that specific design is gonna be seen more. So that's something you want to be aware of. So when you favor other people's works, people are reciprocal in nature. They're going to want to show you back some love. You're going to receive favorites, and that's going to help you rank higher and higher within Redbubble, okay? And obviously, ranking higher and higher within the search of Redbubble is going to get you more sales because more people are going to see your design. Okay, number 3, sticking to only trends or sticking to only evergreens. Guys, let's face it, we've done this before. We're so religious on one topic, whether it's evergreen or only trends. Now, I've made a video before on what I prefer, which is trending designs, but I've had to essentially try both to figure out what I like, right? It's almost like eating fruits. Like, you don't know how watermelon tastes until you try it. You've been eating mangoes your whole life, right? You got to taste all the different fruits. You got to taste all the different types of content pieces, or not content pieces, but the different types of topics on Redbubble, whether it's evergreen or trending, to figure out what works best for you and your style. Some people love pumping out that crazy quick content every day with the trends, and it works for them. Some people don't. Some people like going with evergreens. Whichever one you like to do, just do a little bit of the opposite sometimes. You never know how it could help out. Without trying both spectrums, I personally wouldn't have learned what it takes to win in the trending topics area. I wouldn't be able to give people advice on that area if I hadn't had done it, really. And if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be able to even give this piece of advice right now. And I learned a lot during that time. I worked on trending, I worked on evergreen, and the days that I did trending, I wasn't too sad because those were getting me sales that evergreens weren't necessarily getting me sales that time. But then when I started focusing on evergreens, while I had the trending designs, when the trending died off, the evergreen was getting me sales like 5 months later, 6 months later, 4 months later, 2 months later. And so that wasn't too bad. And that diversification, just having a portfolio of both, kept the consistent flow of income on Redbubble. And it's going to continue to do that as I'm growing the stores for my plan for 2022. And so, like I said, don't marry a certain idea of, only doing trending or only doing evergreen. That's really not wise. Until you have enough experience and have done both, you can't sit there and claim one is better than the other. I personally have enough experience to have seen both and have tried both and have gained success in both. That's actually one of the most important things too, is you have to have actually succeeded in both to stay, okay, I want to go either left or right. I want to go with evergreen, or I want to go with trending, right? And over time, you'll get better. All right, it's just like a skill or an art. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and you'll learn what is essentially more profitable for you, and what kind of system you like, and what logistical system you like to pick one. All right, number 4, violating trademarks. This one is obvious, but we've done this all the time without even knowing. Right? There could be a certain word that's trademarked that you don't even know about. And the reality is, and thank God that this is the case, is that Redbubble is very relaxed. Like if I search for fully copyrighted keywords like Marvel or Spider-Man or Iron Man, any kind of these trademark keywords, Jordans, any kind of these keywords that are trademarked, they still show up on Redbubble. And that's an advantage for us, but that doesn't mean we should take advantage of it. If you're violating trademarks, you know what you're doing, most of the time at least. But we do it without knowing. But just do your best not to violate the trademarks. It's gonna hurt you in the long term. There's really no positive. For me, I don't see it a positive if doing all this work, getting 100 sales and then getting my account taken down. To me, it's not worth it. Some other people, maybe it's worth it, but I don't see positive in just grinding my face off, working, getting some sales, and then getting my account taken down. That's just not ideal. And it's not really long-term, it's not for, a long-term success. So it's not something I would want to engage in. Number 5, not automating your Instagram, okay? And using it as a promotional method for your Redbubble stores. This is a huge mistake a lot of people are missing out on. And honestly, guys, the window is getting smaller and smaller every day to do this. Instagram is not going to last forever. The success, like just how Facebook started, guys. Facebook, it was hot. It was, in season. Everybody was using it. Your best friend was on it. Your mother was on it. Your father was on it. Your uncle was on it. Your sister, your cousin, whoever. Everybody was on Facebook at one time. It was the hottest platform. Instagram is still pretty hot. Obviously, TikTok is coming up and kind of whipping Instagram a little bit, but Instagram is still there. And, over time, who knows what the fabric of Instagram looks like in the next 5 to 10 years. It might, I don't want to say disappear, but it might be the next Tumblr. People might just not care, or the next Facebook. People might just not care as much, especially with the meta and all these new things coming out and all these new things kind of happening and emerging. People's focuses are gonna change. And for me, Instagram has been one of the best methods and one of the easiest. When I say the best, what I really mean is the easiest methods to make money. Excuse me there, guys. The best, when I say the best, like I said, the easiest methods to making sales to Redbubble. You guys saw the video. I created a brand new store, and within 18 hours, I got my first sale. 2-3 days later, the niches that I picked were a little bit dry. Then I switched up the niches and got 4 to 6 sales in the next few days. After that, got even more sales and more sales that I didn't even report yet and I didn't talk about yet. So what I'm trying to say here is that Instagram is a gold mine right now. And if you're doing it, well, then keep doing it. If you're not doing it properly, it's really easy to fix. You just switch your targeting. You just switch, whatever the case may be. And guys, if you're not aware of what I'm talking about when I say automating Instagram, literally just go on the channel and watch the other videos. They're all there for you. It's free information. Go watch it. It's yours for the taking. Now, there's some pros with automating Instagram that are kind of obvious, but sometimes we have to mention them because not everybody comes from the Instagram world, all right? So the first one, you can compete in highly competitive niches without having to worry about competition, okay? Why? Because what you're doing is you're creating an Instagram profile that's going to promote your Redbubble store. You're not gaining traffic from Redbubble. You're gaining traffic from Instagram. You're going to take that traffic, you're going to drive it into those highly competitive designs, and you can succeed in that area. And because you're getting sales from Instagram, you're artificially raising the ranking of that specific design in a high competitive niche. And now you're getting seen not only from Instagram, but now you're getting seen through Redbubble because you're getting sales through Instagram. Does that make sense? And so that will help your ranking over time, and your ranking over time, as it improves, you're going to now get organic sales from Redbubble. So that's a huge benefit right there. The next thing is that you're going to be developing a real following base, okay? When you use the automation methods, the follow-unfollow, all that, the targeting, the likes, the comments, etc., what you're really doing is you're developing an audience. You're developing a group. You're developing a group of people that are interested in what you have to offer. That could be a sellable asset later down the road, or every single post you make is also an asset by gaining attention to that specific design that you're promoting, okay? So developing an audience, there's always benefits to that. It's almost like having an email list back in, 2010. High open rates, getting high amount of sales. Not to say that, email, you guys know what I'm talking about, all right? There's benefits to it. I don't need to go too deep into that conversation because I don't even want to open up the can of worms. The next thing, you're bringing traffic into your store that's highly targeted. Let's face it. People wouldn't be following you and interacting back with you if they didn't think your content was interesting. And you can target your viewers' interests by targeting who they're following. So, for example, if I'm creating merch or Redbubble designs in the basketball niche, and I go out and target LeBron James followers, I know for a fact that they're going to be interested in potentially what I have to offer, because it's in the same niche, right? So I can highly target who I want to visit my store, and like I said, that increases my potentiality to bring sales. So let's go ahead and talk about mistake number 6. You're not liking your own content on other stores. We mentioned how you're not sending out likes, but this is also another thing. You're not favoriting or liking your own content. The reality is you guys know, I'm a big proponent of having multiple Redbubble stores. And the strategy is that with one store, you use the Redbubble automation tool that likes other people's work. You search for your store content, you pull it up, and you start liking your own content. With store number 1, you go like store number 2's content or designs. And then when you boost up that store's designs, it's kind of like a cycle, right? With me personally, I'll have 14 stores by the end of 2022. I'm going to be creating 10 of those stores, hopefully in 2022 if everything goes right. And, with a total amount of stores, that's going to be a lot of likes that's going to be traded within the accounts. And really what I'm doing is I'm just artificially raising the amount of interest for each design throughout all these different stores. Now, these stores aren't competitor stores since I own all of them, but what they're doing is that they're getting more favorites, which is, once again, one of the many different ranking factors within Redbubble's ranking system or algorithm that they take into account when ranking for a specific keyword. So, for example, if I use the tag red in my design, right, and I'm on page 90, if I start sending out likes with all these different accounts to that specific design, that's a signal to Redbubble saying, hey, this piece, whatever it's doing, this piece of art matters more. So what are they going to do? They're going to move me to page 40 and 30 and 20 and so on. And then as I'm moving up, that's going to generate more sales and, it's going to generate more traffic firstly, and then it's going to generate more sales. So that's another mistake we're doing, is that we're not liking our own content on other stores. Okay, number 7. We aren't using any outside promo methods to drive traffic to our store. Listen, you guys don't have to use the automation tools. I just mentioned that. It costs money, right? But not everybody has the money to start. Maybe you need a free method. Now, keep in mind, free is not, you're not going to have the same success level, okay? That should be kind of obvious, but you're not going to have the same success level as if you automated with a paid tool. Free, just posting organic, that works. Obviously, not the same level of success, but it's something. It's something. And if you're not going to be doing the paid stuff, you might as well do the free. Okay? So you have free Facebook groups. You can join and promote your stuff there. You can create your own website and drive traffic through the website into your Redbubble stuff, your Redbubble designs. You can create free organic Instagram pages and Pinterest and even YouTube. Like, you got to be creative with these social medias if you're going the free route. And free works. The success that you might get in 1 year with an automation tool, you might get in 5 years with a free tool or a free social media platform. But at the same time, it's still something. You're still getting something out of it. So, that could be a mistake that we're not fully taking advantage of. Me personally, I'm not going to hop on the free since I'm all about paid. Now, if there's some sort of tools that make life easier with the free, then I'll go ahead and do it. But for now, I'll stick to the paid because that's what's just easier for me, and I have those kind of resources. Let's go ahead and go to number 8. Throwing in the towel too early. Let's face it, there are some of us who quit way too early. If you don't have 21,000 designs on your stores cumulative, you shouldn't be giving up, period. You shouldn't even be thinking about giving up. You should be able to dedicate a full year's worth of work with absolutely no breaks before you decide to either, stay in the system or give up completely. Okay? That comes out 60 designs per day for 30 days, 1,800 designs. 1,800 times 12 is 21,600. I'm just saying 21,000. You stick to 21,000. That's basically a year with no breaks. Obviously, you're going to take days off for the Christmases, the vacations, the Columbus Day, the Hanukkah, the Thanksgiving, all that, right? But you're going to have to stay consistent, okay? And consistency is not just a word, it's followed by numbers. So we're talking 21,000 designs. If you don't have 21,000 designs by the end of that year, then you don't have the chance to give up. You don't have the choice. And I'm just saying it straight up. We got to be more accountable with our actions here. We got to be more strict on ourselves. We got to be harder on ourselves. If we want to really succeed, guys, if we want to make money that the 1% is making in the world today, we got to behave like the 1%. Let's face it. The 1% of Redbubble, what do you think these guys are doing? These guys aren't, partying and enjoying themselves all day in their start of their Redbubble careers. No, they're going hard. They're researching. They're learning. They're creating designs. They're sweating. They're giving everything they got. And so if you got 5 designs, 300 designs, 4,000 designs, you're not done until you hit 21,000 designs. If you hit 21,000 designs and you don't get a single sale, I'm going to say Redbubble is not for you, but at least you gave it a shot. Now, I highly doubt that you're going to create 21,000 designs and not get a single sale. That's, this is basically impossible. It's literally impossible to do that. But I think you would have to actually try that even on purpose, and even then you wouldn't be able to do that. What I'm trying to basically say is that everybody's quitting too early. The people who quit, if you look at their numbers, they probably got 20 designs, 80 designs, less than 300 designs. No reason to quit if you don't have over 21,000 designs. Point blank, period. I'm saying it now. I'm being strict, and it's like that. I'm just going to be straight up. If you're quitting too early, that's lack of discipline. Okay, it's not a matter of any other factor. Okay, you got to be disciplined, and if you want to quit, then this is just not for you. Point blank, period. All right, we gotta be more strict with ourselves in 2022 if we want to be successful. Number 9, not getting better at the craft of designing. Let's be honest. Redbubble is a design platform. We humans, we buy with our eyes, right? We are attracted to attractive things. Right? When we see somebody who's attractive, when we find them attractive, we look at them, right? Same thing with Redbubble. When people see something attractive, they look at it. They want to buy it. They have desire for it. It's no different in Redbubble, guys. So what do? You got to get better at the craft of designing. Okay, whether that means you learn for free on YouTube tutorials, you get ebooks, you buy courses, whatever you have to do to get better at the game of designing, that's what you got to do. No giving up, no giving in, no excuses, no I don't have enough money, none of that, right? You got to work for it, and I'm not saying you're going to learn it overnight, but you got to get better. Like, I'm always focusing on what are easy ways that I can make my designs better all the time. All the time. I'm always reading up. I'm always taking courses. I'm always doing things that I could do to improve myself. And that's what we need to focus on, is self-improvement, right? Getting our skills better. Next thing, number 11, not uploading on a monthly basis. So I get that some people feel very comfortable with the amount of designs they have on certain accounts. So, for example, 2,000 designs on a certain account, and they think, okay, I'm good. Let me move on to the next account now for diversification purposes, which is great. But realize that Redbubble has said in their fine print that they want people posting at least one design per month per account. So just to stay in the algorithm, make the algorithm happy and satisfied, and respect the algorithm, let's give them what they want. Let's just make sure we don't mess up on that area. Even if we have enough designs and we're happy with the way the account is going with the sales and all that, let's just make sure, even if it's a crappy design, just get the one design up just so that Redbubble can see that you're fulfilling at least that bare minimum, okay? And this is something that I'm going to have to do in the future as well, okay? Let's go to the next one, number 12. Not realizing that Redbubble is a play-to-win economy, play-to-win game. When I say economy, I just mean like it's a game, right? There's a difference between pay-to-win versus play-to-win. And yes, guys, the spelling is crazy bad in this video, but once again, it's. Let me check the time here. It's 2:33 a.m. All right, so like I said, cut me some slack, but. With Redbubble, like, for example, merch by Amazon is more pay to win. Like, I can buy designs, and that will boost the ranking of my product for a little bit. I can pay for ads. I can do a lot of things with Amazon that I can't necessarily win off of Redbubble. Redbubble, the algorithm is much more flexible, meaning I could pay for a design, but that's not going to make me win, essentially, on Redbubble. That's not going to necessarily gain me sale after sale after sale. So Redbubble's more play to win. You got to put in the effort. You got to put in the hard work. And like I said, there's many aspects to success with Redbubble. It's not just having a good design, or it's not just having a good title. It's everything. It's the tagging. It's the title. It's the design. It's every single aspect. And that's why the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So it's a play-to-win platform. The more you play, the more you win. It's just that simple. You might be winning on a very slow scale. I've heard some guy the other day say he put up 107 designs. He hasn't got a single sale. That's an example of somebody who's winning on a very small level. I mean, at first, if you're not getting any sales, you should be considering the designs that you upload to win. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is realize that in the grand scheme, the 100 designs that you have, the 200 designs, it's really not that much, because 60 designs per day, if you do the math on that, you can get 100 designs up in 2 days. So it's really not that much. So just be aware of that. All right. But the more you play, the more you work, the harder you work, the more you're going to get out of it. All right. Number 13, you're not optimizing for highly profitable products. Guys, I do this all the time, and I've actually fixed myself from this mistake. But I used to neglect products that I thought, might not sell, or whatever the case may be. I was totally wrong. Wall art, duffel bags, comforters, duvet covers, huge sales on duvet covers, over $100. You can increase, you could take a nice healthy chunk of profit out of that. So every single design we have, we need to optimize for the products that we don't think will sell. It doesn't matter if we think it's going to sell or it's not going to sell. You never know what somebody's going to buy. And that's why you got to make sure your design is optimized for every single product. Every product, guys. You never know what's going to sell. All right. Number 14, not tracking Redbubble success via Google Analytics. This is huge, right? Honestly, guys, we should be checking our Google Analytics before we check our emails, okay? Because that's going to tell us the success level, where we're sitting at, how many visitors we have, who's visiting, from what countries, from what areas, are they reaching checkout, our conversion rates. We have to know all this information. And you got to be a master at Google Analytics. Like I said, take courses, read books, consume free information about it. Become a master at the craft. There's no excuses. And, Google Analytics is one of those things that when you find out what's working, I always say double down, double down, double down. Do more of what's working so you can succeed even better. That's really the scaling aspect, Like, for example, when I first started my very first clothing company, and it was nothing like Redbubble. We were actually importing clothing to a warehouse and we were shipping it out. The clothing was a sportswear. We knew, I didn't expect for hoodies to sell, to be 100% honest. We had stringers, we had t-shirts, we had shorts. The hoodies were selling the most. I said, that's it. We're going all in on hoodies. We doubled down on what was working, and that helped generate a lot of revenue, past 6 figures. So just be aware of that. All right. So number 15, increase profit margins past 20% that are actually worthy. So guys, one of the mistakes we do is we don't charge more for our designs. And when I say charge more, I'm talking about the profit price. If you guys know on Redbubble, if you press the little settings button on every design there's like these little percentages and even defaults. If you go into your settings for your account settings, you can set the defaults of how much profit you want per product. Guys, if you know your designs are better than the competition, charge more. Because at the end of the day, if your design is better than the competition, people are going to want it. And a good way to separate yourself from the crowd is just charge more. You're the alpha of the group. You're the best of the group. Your design is the best. There's no reason why you shouldn't charge more. And guess what? People who are consumers are going to be willing to pay more, period. Okay? Charge what you're worth, and if you feel like your design is better, you have to be somewhat objective, okay? You have to be realistic. You can't just say, oh, my design is better because I made it. No, you have to really look at the designs. You got to look at your design. You got to look at the competitors' designs. If your designs are absolutely terrible, you should be charging less than 20% profit. You shouldn't be charging that high profit because you're never going to sell anything. But if your designs are better than the average, if your designs are better than the competition, charge more. Go up to 40%. Go up to 30%. Don't be afraid to increase the price. I know beginner entrepreneurs on the platform might be a little bit scared. They think they're not going to succeed, but I'm telling you, it makes a difference. When your design is attractive, boost that profit up, take home more money. All right? If people want it, at the end of the day, people are going to buy it. That's the end of the video. 15 mistakes we could potentially be doing wrong. Just a quick sum up. Carelessly uploading designs, not favoriting other people's works, sticking only to trends or sticking only to evergreens, violating the trademarks, not automating Instagram as a promo method, not liking your own content via your other stores. You aren't using any outside promo methods to drive traffic to your store. You're giving up way too early. If you're not creating past 21,000 designs, then it's not time for you to give up yet. You're not getting better at the craft of designing. Remember that Redbubble is a artist website. You got to get better at the art of it. 11, you're not uploading on a monthly basis. You got to upload at least one design on a monthly basis, even if you feel like that account is good. And number 12, you're not realizing Redbubble is a play-to-win economy. The more you play, the more you win. All right, number 13, you're not optimizing for highly profitable products that just generally cost more. They're going to put more money in your bank account. Number 14, you're not tracking your success via Google Analytics. And lastly, 15, you're not increasing your profit margins past 20% for designs that are actually worthy and are better than the competition. Guys, this was a wild video. It's 2:40 a.m. I feel like a champ. I've been working hard all day. I've been grinding, and hopefully you guys are too. We are wrapping up the end of the year. This is the most important month of the year. You know why? Because it's going to lead us into success for our next month. For the next month, the first month of the year. Success starts early. Success starts when everybody else is sleeping. Everybody else isn't grinding. That's where success starts, and that's December. While people are on vacations right now and chilling, we got to be working and grinding so we can shine for the next year. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. And I wish you guys all the best with your stores. All right. Peace out. Bye.